So before I even came to Baylor, I knew how talented the athletes were and was excited to get here and work with them. I'd been coaching against them for 4 years. What I found very quickly was they weren't communicating. So I'm headed to my first team meeting. I get a phone call from one of the athletes that says, "I'm not coming to the team meeting, I have something else to do." So I quickly told her that she couldn't be on our team. She wasn't at the team meeting, so she came. Someone else had come into the team meeting but hadn't been to something they should have gone to earlier in the day that was required, and so I asked her to leave. I think I terrified everyone right out of the gate.
I met Coach V, or Coach Mulkey. We had a team meeting, and I remember I was terrified because at the time she had previously been a coach of the University of Oregon, and they had won a bunch of national championships, and we hadn't. So I know she had a really high expectation for our team, and I knew it was going to be very different. But she was ready to win, and we knew that, and so it was a little, well, not a little, it was a lot of pressure, but we were excited. That's what we had wanted the year before, and I know the previous years we wanted a tough coach that was gonna lead us to championships, and that's what we got.
But one of the most amazing things about the team meeting that day is I asked them, what do you guys want out of this year? And we had just come off our 4th national championship at the University of Oregon, and so I was sure they were going to say, well, we want to win a national championship. And if I'm an ESPN analyst looking at acrobatics and tumbling that year, I'm not saying Baylor's going to win the national championship. I'm saying give them a couple of years, and they'll pull it together. So I was totally prepared to break it to them gently that they weren't going to win a national championship that year. But when I asked that question, I didn't get we want to win a national championship. One athlete raised her hand and said, we just want to be respected on campus. We want everybody to understand what we do. A fan base, we want to build a fan base in the community. One athlete raised her hand and said, we want to just continue graduating really strong, empowered females from our program. And I was like, oh, well, we can do all that. And no one mentioned the championship, which is probably why we won.
I was talking to Kiara about it. My favorite one was my freshman year, because going into it, we had 3 classes ahead of us that had never won national championships, and they won very little meets. And so they were telling us about how badly they wanted it, and we kind of felt it for them. As that year went on, we were still trying to understand the sport. And so we were just having fun doing what we love to do, and we just happened to win.
Team total 1-0.
So being a freshman, you don't really know what a national championship is like. So it being at Baylor in front of our home crowd was indescribable. I remember doing the duo pass with Lauren Sturm, and that's when I got that feeling that we chase as a team. As soon as we landed that pass, I remember being so excited, and I jumped in her arms, and you just get this feeling that you can't even explain. It's just, and then the crowd stands up, and just having them behind you and backing you up, it's an indescribable feeling. Another part that I really liked is once we won, the confetti came down, and we had our hats, and we had all the signs, and we took a picture, and it was just so incredible. And being with your family, and in front of your family, even including the stands, that's our home.
I cherish the one that we won here at Baylor, just because it was cool to do it in front of our fans, just to be able to celebrate with them after and not have to get on a bus or a plane to come back, and just have the fans and the students come. It was a huge thing in showing awareness in the Waco community even about what acrobatics and tumbling is, and it made it more public. Just to be able to do that and then win even shows yes, you should come to these acrobatics and tumbling meets because we're pretty good, and we'll win some things, and it'll be exciting, and you'll be able to see a lot of other schools. And it was just a cool experience just to have all the streamers and all the lights and all that stuff and smoke when we won. That one was amazing.
There is nothing better than being at home in front of the best fans in the country, best school in the country, best team in the country. It was phenomenal. And I think that's, you know, one of the reasons I'm so excited to have the championship here is for our seniors were freshmen that year at the 2016 championship, and so that was their first experience and just being in front of this amazing crowd. Their biggest thing was the confetti. They loved the confetti. I think we could probably just bypass the whole championship and shoot some confetti up and they'd be just as happy. So I'm super excited for this group of seniors. That's kind of how they started their career, and they're going to end it here in the Farrell Center too.
Our culture in this program is incredible. Like, I have 40 best friends, and I can say that honestly, I love each and every one of my teammates.
Yes, it's very strong. Coming into just each practice, every single day throughout the week, we strive to be, you know, the best. Our little hashtag last year was do more, and I really felt like we did more. Like, we were just hitting milestones after milestones and just making history, and I think we still are.
Our team culture is amazing. It's like a family. It started that first year that I got here. We won that first year against all the ESPN analysts, you know, if they were talking about us. Against all odds, we won. And it was because of the seniors that year, and they really bought in, and therefore all of the underclassmen bought in. And that doesn't always happen when you have a new coach here.
We had to let the freshmen know, the freshmen after us coming in know that, you know, Coach V isn't going to take anything for granted. Like, you're not just going to come in here and just, you know, try to flip what she just came in and tried to build up. We're not all about winning. It's a lot more about like your attitude, and then the winning and championships and things like that will come.
We don't chase after holding that trophy up. Like, we chase after this feeling that you get when you know that you've worked so hard and accomplished everything that, you know, lifting weights that you put into practice. Like, that feeling is when you know, like, it's all paid off, and the trophy is an icing on the cake.
Yeah, team at Oregon, 94.9.
When I look at our coaching staff, or how I see mentors. So going in, they were intimidating because they were such strong women, and you don't find a lot of women that are like that. They're confident, they're strong, they know what they're doing, and they know how to guide someone.
You want to be her. Like, she's amazing. Like, I think it's crazy that she could take a team that wasn't as successful in the past, but that had all the talent and all the other pieces, but just needed the right coach to put them in the right direction.
When you have these student athletes that have poured their heart and soul into it, and they're still willing to come back and support, it's just phenomenal. And the role that they've all played, you know, we can mention a few. Shayla Moore, she was a freshman the year that I got here, so she kind of inherited me, bless her heart. She didn't choose me, she inherited me. And that entire class just really, that freshman class just really bought in, and Lauren Stern was part of that class as well. Kiara Nolan, I recruited her at Oregon, and she chose Baylor. We always giggle about it because, I mean, eventually I chose Baylor too.
It's incredible, just from going that first win all the way to now and seeing the growth. And Coach V always said, you know, you will be a pioneer, and take pride in that, and we really do.
I think, you know, to bring home number 5 for Baylor for our program would be amazing for our seniors. We always love to represent Baylor University as best of our ability anytime that we're out and about, and so we're excited about it.
Love having our fans and love having our Baylor family. It just would mean everything because we love the support and we want to do the best we can.
Just the feeling, being a senior, being the last one to go home with a bang, that would just be incredible. Probably would top all 3 of them.
This team that we're on this year, going for our 5th national championship, that's as a program. But as far as right now, like, this team, we haven't won anything.